People aren't breaking down in public anymore. They are breaking down quietly behind a smile. When you look around and everyone seems normal, productive, social, strong, but beneath all that calm, there's a storm nobody talks about. We are living in a generation where almost everyone carries pieces of borderline personality traits, and most don't even know it. Not the disorder itself, but the pattern, the wounds, the traces of old emotions vibrating inside us, and it's silently shaping how we love, how we fight, how we react, how we lose ourselves every day. Today we are peeling that mask. This is the age where the heart feels too deeply, and the mind tries too hard not to feel at all. People get emotionally overloaded at the slightest push. They struggle with the constant fear of not being enough to keep the person they love. They are always scared the people they love won't stay. They react as if every silence means someone is gone. Even small distance feels like losing someone. 1 minute they worship you, the next minute they convince themselves you hate them. They expect loss before love. They are exhausted, but they have no name for it. Nobody teaches emotional stability anymore. Nobody teaches emotional literacy. Nobody teaches how to sit with pain without exploding. So what do we have left? A crowd of people reacting from pain, not clarity, patching childhood wounds with temporary distractions, calling toxic reactions just who I am, and mistaking emotional chaos for personality. These patterns don't mean someone has borderline personality disorder, but they are borderline traits, and they are everywhere. Let's slow down for a moment. Listen to this and be honest with yourself. Do you get scared when someone you love pulls away even for a day? Do small changes in tone makes you feel rejected? Do you switch between loving people too much and then shutting them out completely? Do your emotions hit like waves you can't control? Do you sometimes feel empty even when life is fine? Do you regret the things you said in anger because you never meant them? Do you sometimes feel like you don't know who you are at all? These are the quiet signs, the everyday signs that people mistake for normal stress. But they are not normal. They are unhealed part of you calling for attention. Most people alive today learned emotions from survival, not stability. They grew up in homes where love was inconsistent, affections had conditions, shouting meant power, silence meant punishment, walking on eggshell was normal. Caution became a survival skill, not a choice. Sorry rarely existed. So now, relationships feels like a war zone. Every disagreement feels like a threat. Every distance feels like a betrayal. Every I need space feels like abandonment. This isn't your personality. This is your training. Healing doesn't start with therapy or books. It starts with honesty. Tell yourself, I am not my emotional reaction. I am not my fears. I am not my wounds. You heal by learning 3 things. Number 1, emotional awareness. Most people feel things long before they understand them. Emotions rush in loud and overwhelming, and the mind scrambles to keep up. But healing begins the moment you can name what rises inside you. Call it what it is: anger, fear, confusion, loneliness, disappointment. Not I am fine. Not it's nothing. When you identify your emotions early, they lost the power to control you. You stop reacting blindly and start responding with clarity. You stop exploding or shutting down and start understanding what your heart is actually trying to say. Awareness is not weakness. It's the first sign that you are finally in control. Number 2, secure attachment. Learn to separate distance from danger. Someone stepping out of the room doesn't mean they are stepping out of your life. A pause in conversation isn't a threat. A slow reply isn't abandonment. Silence isn't a verdict that you are unworthy. It's just silence. Teach your nervous system that closeness doesn't have to feel like a trap. Teach your heart that heavy love isn't chaotic or unpredictable. And remind yourself daily that love isn't something you earn through suffering, sacrifices, or emotional punishment. Real love is steady. Real love is patient. Real love doesn't make you bleed to prove its existence. Number 3, self-identity. A shaky sense of self is one of the biggest hidden wounds people carry. When you don't know who you are, your emotions decide for you. Your relationships shapes you. Your fears rewrite you. Your moods becomes your identity. Healing begins when you build something solid inside. Values you stand on. Habits that anchor you. Purpose that guides you. Boundaries that protects you. Know yourself so well that anger can't redefine you. So well that loneliness doesn't convince you you are unlovable. So well that no argument, breakup, or bad day can erase your core. Healing is slow. Healing is humbling. Healing is human. A stable identity is emotional armor. It's the foundation every other part of your healing stands on. Everyone carries a little chaos. Everyone bruises where no one can see. Everyone hides a battle behind a polite "I am fine." But you aren't doomed to repeat these patterns. You can choose to heal. You can choose to grow. You can choose to become emotionally grounded in a world that lost the meaning of grounded. Your mind is not broken. Your heart is not defective. You are just carrying wounds that were never yours to carry. This is your chance to finally put them down. If this message reached something deep inside you, don't leave it here. Share this video with someone who's been fighting their battles in silence. Someone who looks strong, but feels everything. Someone who deserves healing just as much as you do. Subscribe if you are ready to grow, not just survive. Join this community if you are ready to understand yourself on a deeper level. Turn on the notification so you don't miss the next chapter. Your story isn't over. It's just beginning. This is Mazi Lives. My name is Obeseke Imazi. See you on the next.